Hello YouTube, this is Bub's Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. Actually, pretty happy with this one. This is a little set of keys. I won some of them in auction, some I just picked up, so here's what we got. Let's start off. We got Strange Tales number 135. This is a key because it has it's the first appearance of Hydra, and it's also the issue in which Nick Fury joins S.H.I.E.L.D. So this is the first Nick Fury agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's also the first Hydra. So look at those. Look at those like bag costumes old Hydra had, you know. Later on they make him a little bit more like form-fitting, but look at that. I love it. It reminds me of those like old jogging sweatsuits from the 80s, you know, where you get in them and you just sweat and basically stroke out. That's one way to lose weight. So there you go, Strange Tales number 135. Pretty happy with the condition on this one. Won it in an auction, got a steal for it, about half of what it goes for in this condition. So very happy with that. We'll switch gears just a little bit and we'll show off some cool Dave Stevens artwork here. As you know, I'm a big Dave Stevens fan, so here we go. Alien Worlds number 2. This one I was not happy with the condition. You know, I bought it straight out, and you know there wasn't pictures really to see of it, and I wish I had gotten a better condition one. So this one will probably get upgraded, but in the meantime, you can enjoy that great Dave Stevens art. Look at that, bizarre and very, you know, space age fighting. Look at those weapons she's got there. I don't think that's government issued. So it looks pretty good to me. Pacific, it's one of those PC Pacific Comics, Alien Worlds. It's like from the early 80s, 82-ish, I guess. Here's another one in the same title, Alien Worlds number 4, also a Dave Stevens cover. Very nice there. This one I'm very pleased with the condition, and they were the same condition. I think they were listed as, this one I think was a 4.5 maybe, but it really is more like a 6. It tends to grade low in this particular place I'm buying from, so there you go, Dave Stevens. Love that. Look at that. He can draw some legs. Here to tell you, he knows what he's doing. So next we've got a one-shot from the same publisher, Pacific Comics, and this is Alien World, so the same title, but this is a one-shot, and it's like a collection of multiple stories. So the reason that I picked this up is because my wife and I were at a convention, and she found, it's a square bound by the way, and she found a shirt that had this same picture on it. So she bought it just because she thought it was cool. So there you go, it's Alien Worlds, but I mean, take a look at it. It is very detailed, if you will. So nice stuff there. Kind of reminds me of Tomb Raider issue that I think it was 33 that Adam Hughes had done. So this is not Dave Stevens artwork. This is somebody else. I really don't know who it is, but looks pretty good to me. So yep, there you go. That's Alien Worlds one shot. I'd say that's probably about maybe 1985 or so. So pretty cool. I love how she's hiding behind the big tree and a big old dinosaur head, and the snake's coming up to bite her. She's not even looking at the snake. Look, there's a big old like boa something or another coming up to bite her. It looks like a eel or some weird thing. There's some mushrooms in the corner and dragonflies. A lot going on in this cover. Pretty cool. So all right, back to some more keys. We got there's a DC key for both of you DC fans out there. But here is Shazam number 1. So this is one of those, you know, wait for the moment books. When they announce a Shazam movie, there's a couple of main times that the book related to the movie will be very hot. The first time is when the movie is first kind of officially announced. There'll be rumors and there'll be options. Well, actually, all right, so there's multiple times. So first, when a movie is when a book is optioned for a show, if it's a TV show, that's the first time that it gets really popular. And then once it's been cast and the first photos come out, and the first kind of TV trailer comes out. That's the second time it gets real popular. But what's funny about TV shows is that then it kind of dies, and they wait to see if the show turns out to be good, and if the show turns out to be good, then it will steadily pick back up in price and popularity and continue to rise as long as the show's on air and good. In this case, where it's a movie, typically the key times that the price of these first appearance are movie-based books, right? So this book's picked up steam because of the announcement of the Shazam movie, so it popped up in there. Then usually when they do some casting and the first still photos of the character come out, that's a big tipping point. For instance, I think, when the still photos for Captain Marvel came out, a lot of people didn't like it, so the book dropped just a little bit. When still photos for this one came out, for Shazam came out, people responded pretty well, and so it raised up a little bit. You're also trying to see what costume the character is going to be wearing, and in some cases that determines kind of what storyline they're going to be in, so that's very key as well. I think when they did the Captain Marvel first still photos, they were like in the Kree armor, and people didn't like that, so that's why it kind of didn't help the first appearance of Captain Marvel very much. So this one helped this book. Now this is not the first original Captain Marvel and all that stuff, but this is pretty much the Shazam book, if you will. And that's the title of the movie, so that makes a big difference. Of course, you got to go back to Wiz Comics and all that for the Captain Marvel stuff. So this book was getting up there. It was getting $75, $100 there for a while. Then the first trailer hit, and people really liked the trailer. So it shot up again. So when the movie's announced, it's the first little bump, or optioned or announced. When the first still photos come out, that gives you a better idea of what book they're going to be basing the movie off of, and then that book will rise. And in this case, it was mostly looking like this book. And then when the first trailer comes out, if it's positively received, it spikes again. Then, if you just wait until all those books get bought up and traded hands and all this stuff, people start getting impatient. And as the movie draws close to coming out, or the show or whatever, people start dumping their stock, if you will. So that's the time to buy, in my opinion, is to buy these key books that are based on movies. You should be buying them less than a month before the movie comes out, in that range. Not the weekend it comes out or the week before, because sometimes there's pre-screenings, but somewhere in that range, that's when you should be buying the books, and you'll see that they take a huge dip, sometimes 20, 30% from what they were going for just a month before, when the trailer released. So that's where you want to be buying, because right now they release a trailer so early that there's a lot of time between the trailer and when the movie actually comes out, and in that span of time the books kind of drop there towards the end of that. So anyway, enough about that. I picked this Shazam book up for like $40. That's ridiculous. People would have went crazy. People would have bought 4 of these if they could get them for $40 2 months ago. So just gotta hold out and wait, especially on the books that are tied to movies. Unless it's already a classic book. Nobody really cared about this book too much until this happened. So now if it's already a classic book, good luck with that. Here's another example. Uncanny X-Men number 266. I bought this book for $50. Now, if you told me that I could have got this book for $50 3 months ago, I'd have said, good, I'll wait. Because that's what I did. What happened with this book was there's been long talks of speculation that they were going to have a Gambit movie. Which is always funny to me, because those talks go on forever, because we already had Gambit in a movie. We had him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and it was mostly panned. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked the character. Nobody thought that the guy who played the character was very good. I don't even remember his name. He didn't do a very good job. And the whole thing kind of sucked. So, this book, after that, started picking up heat again, because we were like, well, Gambit is a popular character anyway. Personally, I think he's outdated, and he won't go well in today's, kind of PC, whatever climate you want to call it. Every generation we have a new term for people who get offended easily. So I think that this book, this character, is the type of character that would be offensive if he was brought to life on the big screen and he remained faithful to the comic. You know, he was very, masculine and very pushy, and basically threw himself at women and was kind of, grab-assy, if you will. And a lot of people still like the character, and I still like the character, and I enjoy reading those stories, and they're funny and interesting. And that's why it was so great when he comes up against Rogue. The one woman, basically, he's going to pay the biggest price for touching. So, which is great, But in any case, I think that this is an example of a book that has been overvalued for too long, and is now finally starting to come down. And the reason it's been and people were like, oh, but it's a key book, and I'm like, yeah, well, he's not getting a movie. I don't think he's going to get a movie. And now they've talked, basically all the talks about the movie died when Disney bought back Fox, so everyone's done with that idea, and they were going to have that one guy play him. Nobody cares about that anymore. He's not going to play it. It's all very clear it's not going to happen. Now, he may still appear in an X-Men movie, and maybe this will jump up if he's featured in the trailer. But for right now, I think is a time to buy this book while it's on the decline price-wise, because it's still a key and it's still a beloved character, and I love the character. So now's the time to pick up this book, so I picked it up. $50. Man, they're still trying to sell graded copies of this book in the $150 range, and most people are not getting that price anymore. So, prices are coming down. Every time I see this book at a con, it's down by like $10. And it's going to keep happening, I think. So I went ahead and stole this at a good price, and happy to have it. It's X-Men 266, Uncanny X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit, first full appearance. So lastly, we've got a nice one here. Another example of waiting to the right moment to buy a book. I've talked about this book before. It is rapidly dropping in price point. And it is Batman the Killing Joke, first print. And now, I recently had to set a few people straight on their prints, so I'll go ahead and disseminate the information here as well. There is a dark green cover that's a 14th print. So if you see this book selling at a price that you really like, and you say, oh, it's green, so it doesn't matter, don't be fooled. That dark green one can be a 14th print, and the difference between the dark and the light is so slight that unless you had them next to each other, you're gonna have a hard time telling the difference. This they call lime, and the other one they call dark green, but really they look almost exactly the same. But what's going on with this book is that, it's always been a popular story. It's always been a big book, but when they made the kind of cartoon version of the book, it got more exposure. And when that happened, I don't think people liked the story. When people are big Batman fans, this book is not. I think it's a great portrayal of the Joker, but I don't think it's a very good portrayal of Batman. So, if you're a big Joker fan, this is a huge book. If you're a big Batman fan, you may not like this book so much. And I think when the cartoon came out, the cartoon movie based on this book, it didn't seem to be very well received. People had a lot of hype behind it, but then when it came down to it, if you ask anyone who actually watched it, they're like, yeah, it was alright. It's a little unsettling, as this book is. So anyway, it's still a classic story. It's a great book, and it's a major key. But two things: don't be fooled by the dark green one. The DC logo is different on that one. Also, his cufflink is white instead of yellow, and his speech bubble is yellow instead of white. So there are some very slight differences. There's 3 right on the cover that you can tell if it's the wrong book. So before you go buying one, look it up. And I really feel sorry. This book has dropped hard. I picked this book up for $40, and it's in excellent condition. No ticks, no dings, no marks, no bashed in corners. Perfectly flat. There's the back cover there. So a little bit of scratching on there, but that's actually on the clear backing board that I use for that. So really nothing to be upset about with this copy. It looks amazing. That's a really cool cover. Brian Bolin, I believe. So really cool. But anyway, Alan Morey, check out his Swamp Thing run too. In any case, It's a key book. I picked it up for 40 bucks, and I'm telling you, this book is dropping hard. I remember when I was looking at buying this book for like 150 bucks, and I was like, that's way out of the price. It's ridiculous how high this book got for as many copies as there are out there, and then the ridiculous number of reprints. Then you had people, there was like 18 reprints of this book. Then you had people that were trying to hunt down all the reprints. Now you got people buying all these books. Then you had people that felt like this book was getting out of price range. Once it cracked 100 bucks, people were like, I don't want to buy that book for that much. Well, then they were settling for the reprints. And I feel really bad because there's a lot of people who paid like $75 for a 12th print because they figured they'd never get a first print for under 50. And then there you go, I bought this for 40. So just, you know, I'm not saying everyone's going to find it for 40 bucks, but you can definitely, if you just look at what these are selling for right now, not what people are asking. People are still asking the crazy money, but even at a con, I see them going for like 75 bucks. So anyway, do your homework. Don't look at a book and think that you know the price just because you knew the price a year ago, and just because you knew the price, heck, 2 months ago. Unless you research the price in the last week, don't assume that you know what the going rate of that book is. If there's tons of apps and things like that too, I don't really go for that either. I just look, what's this book selling for right now? What can I buy this book for right now other places? And that's what I judge it by. So anyway, that's my little tip, and there's my last book that I picked up, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. Batman the Killing Joke. And we had Uncanny X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit. We had Shazam #1. We had Alien Worlds. We'll do a close-up for that one for you again. One Shot. We had Alien Worlds #4, Dave Stevens cover. Alien Worlds #2, another Dave Stevens cover. And we started off with Strange Tales #135, first appearance of Hydra and the first appearance of Nick Fury as the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed that, and we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget about our No Faces Monday Night Comic Chat every Monday night, and we'll catch you then. In the meantime, read a comic. Thanks. Bye.